About 16 million Nigerians are unemployed. That's according to the records of the National Bureau of Statistics from the third quarter of 2017, a huge figure which cannot be covered by white-collar jobs or even the existing companies. Consequently, there's the need to create more entrepreneurs. This episode of Big Story is looking at mopping up unemployment in Nigeria through entrepreneurship. You're welcome. I'm Ini John Mekwa. Ogba is in the urban part of Lagos State and serves as both a residential and commercial district. This is where we find Mudashiru Bashoru, a Nigerian not from a fortunate background. He's not been privileged to attend any higher institution, but has to make ends meet. From apprenticeship with an older hand in tailoring, he has settled in the business now for almost 20 years. But from the look of things, being an entrepreneur has not been easy. In this case, he has to calm down one of his customers because he could not meet up with the delivery date. The reason has regrettably become a common complaint: lack of power.
I'm using light to press, to iron everything, all the clothes that I'm sewing. I have to go and stay. If there's no light, I cannot be able to work. I'm using the industrial machine to work. If I didn't use the industrial, it will not be neat. Or maybe they'll bring light in the midnight, so I'll be able to do night. One of my customers went to go and bring police for me to arrest me because I disappointed him. Then I have to beg, everybody have to beg all those police, so they went. So I cannot be able to work. There's no light.
Sadly, this has become a common story from some Nigerians who have tried to remove themselves from the 16 million individuals whom the National Bureau of Statistics has numbered as unemployed in the third quarter of 2017. But that's not to say that it's all bad tales in the entrepreneurship environment in Nigeria. Olawale Ayilara says he heard about these issues long before he made it into the labor market, which is why he started his journey as an undergraduate. This, he says, has shown him ways to cope with the challenges that come with the business terrain in Nigeria.
Now, when I was in under level, I started business. But how? I raised money from several people, like about maybe 7 of my friends. Borrowed 30,000 naira here, 50,000 naira here, and all that. And that was the start of it. But at the same time, I couldn't pay back for so long. I was always in constant debt because the business was just running. It wasn't really making profit. It was just running. So I had a cafeteria and all that. Constantly students were on payroll, 100 naira per hour. If you don't have lectures, you can just come and work part-time in the cafeteria. Then at the point, I started a vocational school on campus for people that are living, so that they can get to learn something. They can get to learn makeup, photography, and all those things. And after school, when I finished, that was what I started. And back then in Ogun State, within 1 year, I trained over 3,500 people in that state, including core members, that is NYC guys. And I was a constant trainer at the NYC camp. So I was doing, then at the point, there were, a lot of people came into the picture and all that, and they were just messing up the whole thing. Then I moved to another business again. So I started selling stuffs and all that. I'll sell today, I'll sell shirts, tomorrow I'll sell all kinds of. Then I moved into printing again. I started doing printing for chalk programs for this and all that. And then after printing, I moved into digital marketing. I market people's business online. So just doing all kinds of things and all just to make things work. In Nigeria, we have the population. And with that population, a whole lot of things can happen because there's a lot of gap. I can start any business now and that business will succeed because you need to understand where people's money is going. Everybody earns a particular amount of money at the end of the month. Where is that money going? What are they spending it on? As long as I can lock my own share of what they are spending it on, I have money.
The Director General of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Mude Yusuf, however, cautions about the risks of starting businesses in a haste.
You see, setting up a business is a learning curve. It is not always the best for somebody who has not done a business before to just jump into setting up a business. The risk of failure of that kind of approach is very high. It is always better to have a kind of apprenticeship model. No matter who you are, no matter how much degrees you have to humble yourself and go into some form of apprenticeship, even if you are not paid, so that you have exposure in that area. Even if you have a passion for something, it is still better to interact with somebody who is already practically in the business. So there's a lot of value in apprenticeship or mentorship, whatever name you call it. But the whole idea is that somebody who is already in a business that you want to do have to put you through for some time, not just theoretically. You have to be hands-on with the person. Even if it's not paying you, it doesn't matter. So that is one good way, at least, to be able to sustain these startups who are just from school and to get them to. And of course, they should also have some technical understanding of what they want to do. You don't just jump into a business that you don't have some technical knowledge about. Some business requires some technical understanding. And you must also have a passion for it. You don't do something because somebody else is doing it. Everybody is gifted in different ways. So people, the young people should also have the capacity to understand, to know how gifted they are and in what areas they are gifted, so that you now pursue your business along the lines of your passion or the gift that God has given to you. I think these are some of the ways to get on, as a startup and minimizing the risk of failure. And let me also say this. Some people think that once they have a business idea, they want to start a business, you walk into a bank or you want to and you want someone to give you money. It doesn't happen.